This program is brought to you by FanDuel, where we give sports fans the chance to win every day.
Hey, yo, what's good? What's good? We talking about Zero Fizz and a big blizzard. We be right back.
First took away. Gas with this. Get your money's worth now.
Man, what's happening, man? You know what it is. It's me, Derik Clean Believer, the biggest boss, and Cheddar Chaz in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the sponsors of the show, Taz, John Deere. You know what it is. You know what time it is. You know where you at. You know what I'm saying? AC Ambulance. What you got, Ross?
I'm just here to tell you it's officially task season. Like there is no better.
All us here.
This is when they win. This is when task wins right here.
Don't make me get that.
I'm talking about that late fall through winter and spring. This is task season. Look them up.
Task season, ladies and gentlemen.
Look them up.
We got AC Ambulance. We got FanDuel. Man, I gotta get the odds for the game on Monday. We'll be back with y'all on that one. But anyways, fellas, what's good?
Oh, cooling, man. Just watching some basketball. I just saw the movie The Predator Friday.
Fire?
It was fire. It was fire. I'm thinking about going back. Seeing it again. It was good. I like the story.
We're gonna have to talk about that. Hey, the new episode of Derik out yet?
9 p.m. So 9 p.m. my time. So for y'all, it's out.
It's out.
While I was up last night, I was like, I know they're gonna do right by me and do the debut at midnight. Boy, they hated on me. I was so mad. I stayed up all night waiting for that episode.
Might have to be a show pod today.
Yeah.
Hey. I ain't never mad at it. Talking about this losing franchise. I mean, we can only say so much.
This is a joke.
Shout out to the day ones in the building, man. Joe was good. 504 boy was good. Cole, I don't see you yet, but I know you know what I'm saying, you here in spirit was good.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? Man, listen, man. I guess shit, man, we could get all y'all want to recap the game first, or you want to talk about Fears and Queen first?
We can recap the game. What you about to say, Ross?
Yeah, I'll say we could run a quick recap. I mean, I think there were a few things of note to talk about, probably namely just Trey sort of breaking out of the that first whatever that typical first 6 to 8 game slump.
So shit. Well, let's start there, man. Trey Murphy had 41-9 against the Spurs. He took 22 shots, made 5 threes. He was perfect at the free throw line. I mean, Ross, what did you see from Trey in the first couple games that differentiated from the game against the Spurs?
Well, it just seemed like, and I think what I'm going to compliment him on is also the thing that I've been critical of, or that I have a big question about, is like, is Trey? I need Trey to be this player when the team is fully healthy, and that's what I'm afraid of. Is like, can he do this and play with this level of confidence when there are other, either ball dominant players on the court or other, whatever, all-star, whatever you want to call the other players on the roster. But like, this is the version of Trey that we didn't see early on. I mean, just, and granted, there was, it was the end of the half, right? But like the way because he had a couple extra seconds at the end of the half when he took the 28, the deep three. There was nothing but net. But the way he just even caught that, like, fucking, I'm shooting it. There was just a different kind of confidence, a different comfort that he played with yesterday. It just was in attack mode the entire time. Not fear of playing downhill. I thought he took more threes. It just overall was a much better performance.
Man, Chaz, before I get to what you feel like Trey did differently, I want to say the last pod we had, we talked about Trey doing too much. And to me, he simplified his game. Everything I saw from him was 4 dribbles or less. 4 dribbles. You know what I'm saying? It was quick. Even he had a point where he attacked. He was in the corner against Wemby. He pump faked. He drove, and it looked like he thought about going to the rim. Crossed back over, and just shot the midi. It's just smart basketball. But what did you see from Trey?
Honestly, I think it's very simple, and that's one of the reasons why I believe Willie Green's inept. I think Trey's best basketball has come when he's paired with Saddiq Bey on the floor. In that starting lineup, I go back to, what was it, game 2, ironically, against San Antonio. Saddiq Bey is out there starting. Trey starting. I think the threat of another real court spacer out there allows you're not on Revis Island if you Trey Murphy. You got a little bit of freedom to move around a little bit. I think the confidence was a factor. Also, and I think you could kind of see the rhythm kind of forming for the last maybe 2 or 3 games. It like sometimes that's why they call get right teams, because that's the teams you shout out to David Cooper, new member in the building. That's the team you're supposed to get right against. So I think the trajectory versus Charlotte kind of, second half back-to-back against Dallas kind of regressed. But to me, I never worry about Trey when it comes to shooting in particular, because right now he's 37% on the season.
Yes, sir.
I never worry about Trey when it comes to shooting because I feel like it always goes to the mean. I've honestly never seen him start the season. And I think rotations.
He hadn't.
Yeah, he hasn't, right? And these rotations certainly hasn't helped. You know what I'm saying? Particularly that starting unit, in my opinion.
We're gonna talk about them rotations. We definitely talking. Go ahead, Ross.
No, well, before we get off the Trey Murphy conversation, I just want to ask if y'all have any because if you look at him and Zion pairings over the years, they've never been world beaters. Do y'all have any fear of for some reason that pairing just not being that good, or more of? Do y'all have any concern with Trey being able to play with other all-star level players and produce in this way?
I ain't gonna lie to you, Ross. I was for maybe 2 games. I counted the actions between Trey and Zion, and they scored on. I think they missed on 1 possession. To me, it's an action that leads to money every single time. The issue I have is that you don't run it enough. To me, I need this. Man, I just saw Jaylen Brown and Pritchard at the end of that Celtics game. And you saw it? Yeah, incredible, right? And I'm just like, brother, Pelicans, why can't we just do that?
But it seemed, and Chaz, I agree with you, 100% agree with you, because I watched the end of the game and had kind of the same thought. The difference sometimes, and look, it does go back to coaching because clearly he has empowered them to play that way.
Yeah,
but it ain't like they're calling anything. Those are just. I mean, Pritchard is just kind of playing off. I mean, they're just playing together. That's not. I mean, I guess you could call it scheme or strategy, but it's really giving those players the freedom to be like, "Hey, fucking play. Y'all are the 2 best. Y'all are the 2 best offensive players we have. Go, get yourself in 2-man isolation situations, whether it be pick and roll, whether it be slip screen, whatever it is, right? And play off each other. And what are we missing? Why are we not seeing that more?
I think it's something. And Lito,
Go ahead.
I really think we underestimate just generally the undoing of bad habits when you gotta. That's why to me, I don't think a new coach necessarily fixes everything. It's just I still gotta teach these people, teach these guys. And I just think, again, man, when I look at just what I've heard as it pertains to Willie Green and Trey specifically, not anyone else, but mainly Trey in this regard. It's just all last season, Zion and Trey, they don't really play together. Well, not last season, prior to that, Zion and Trey don't really play together until Brandon goes down because they were substituting Trey for Zion off the bench. You know what I'm saying? It was just, to me, it's just strategy-wise, it hasn't been a ton of, what up, game? It hasn't been a ton of time on task, but everything I've seen when I go back to that Clippers game last year when you did, so what up, Jared? When they started the quote-unquote point Zion versus the Jazz and Trey return versus the Spurs, really like playing the Spurs for some reason. Brandon, they just, to me, their chemistry is just great. Now, Poole and Trey I worried about a little bit, but they kind of just got together. But I think the lack of direction and just terrible performance by Willie Green is a big reason for a lot of this. Because you're going from Udoka to Missoula with Jaylen Brown and Pritchard, and going from Willie Green, because Trey is the only coach played with Willie Green. He's never played with any other coach. So that's another reason why it's damn,
Yep. I don't think Trey knows what, and this is not Trey's fault, but I mean, because he had a good coach in I can't think of Virginia's coach. I can't think of their name.
I think somebody said it earlier too.
It's not Tony. Is it Tony Bennett?
Tony Bennett.
Yeah,
Ain't that the singer?
who it is.
That's not the singer.
It's both.
Man.
It's both. I think it's both. I think his name is.
They got a Tony Bennett that I know white guy sing like them old songs.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett.
Well, anyway, so
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, my bad.
No, you good. You good. Trey. Trey. Okay. Shout out.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
No, you good. You good. Go ahead. Shout out to Nat. Trey has had nothing but chaos in his tenure here. He's never really seen how a competent organization or a competent head coach. Shit, I feel like that's disrespectful to competent head coaches. I feel like an average head coach would look in the NBA. I think, to Ross, your question, I think Trey has worked. So I was talking to shout out to Coach Sip. I was talking to Coach Mike about this earlier. In my opinion, Trey has worked so hard in the offseason on his individual game. And you know how that is, like playing a team sport. Like, I worked on this thing, so I want to show what the work is. I want the work to pay off. But it hasn't been advantageous in a 5-on-5 game. Like, you're doing individual work, right? But it's still individual. It's not like working on your strengths in a team game. And shout out to my dog Darian on Twitter, man. We was talking earlier. He told me, and I fully believe this. He said Trey is better as a finisher rather than a play initiator. And I think that has kind of been some of the problem, because he's been over dribbling the hell out the basketball, and he just hasn't exactly looked comfortable.
Man, I told someone this. So I spoke with someone recently, and they were kind of like giving me a little bit of insight about Trey's recent struggles. And man, I don't really got permission to share all of it, but it's just so much going on in that building, man. And
For sure.
So much going on, during practice and just post-practice and in preparation. It's a very toxic situation. And I think to Trey's credit, he's trying to overcome. What up, Follw? He's trying to overcome, but it's just like, man, it can't be expressed enough, the mistake of keeping Willie Green in the trickle down effect from training camp, but from game two onward. It's been a very bad situation. I have no good authority. But with Trey, I'm like, man, and I said this to the person, I just want Trey to be Larry Markkinen. Like, even look at a person like Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was a straight up assisted bucket guy. Larry Markkinen, he can put the ball on the ground once in a while, but Larry Markkinen can give you 40 and never get into the restricted area. So, I'm like, Larry Markkinen a little bigger and stronger, of course, but yet and still, to me, it's all about creating good opportunities for guys. And I think you just rarely seeing wide open shots or good opportunities created for guys. Probably the best action I saw for Trey last night, as far as like from beyond the arc, was a 2-man act. Well, he called Looney it was on the right wing. He called over Looney for a screen, and he shot the ball and made it. Like in the second half. That was he put the ball on the ground a little bit, got a little space, shot the ball and made it. No ingenuity, no creativity. It's just terrible. Like it really is, bro. It's sad, honestly.
Hey, Follw, before I get to you, Chaz, I gotta ask you one more question. You had a tweet the other day, and I kind of wanted to expound on it. You said the disrespect towards Trey Murphy was insane. What did you mean by that?
Well, this is what I meant. For as when I evaluate everybody, because we have this conversation every year for us, like, is it time to worry? And I'm like, nah, because at this point, I've seen it every time. Like, he's gonna start shooting well, and then it's all gonna be, oh shit, can he take the next step? But I think with Trey is that people have seen these things happen. You've seen this happen every year, right? For us, like on a not national, but on like from the fan base, you've seen it happen every year. You've seen, like, you know how certain players are at their best. It's like with the John Morant conversation. You're not going to tell me John Morant is not good no more. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. John Morant is a good player who's having a couple bad games, in my opinion. I got way too much data of him being a good player versus him being 3 for 18. Like, it's not it's not an epidemic at this point, like or giant. Like it's not a pattern emerged as it pertains to him. So when I say with Trey, to some degree, it's like, look, yeah, it's true when people said he was struggling. Yes, it's true, but you can't tell me Willie Green is the worst coach in the world. You can't tell me starting DeAndre Jordan is the right decision. Benching Jordan Poole is the right decision. Like, you can't tell me all these things about the coaching and up to, and then say, yeah, that guy right there, he's struggling too. He ain't shit either. And it's like, what motherfucker out there fighting for their lives? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it would have been bad if Willie Green was just bad. Willie Green's arguably the worst coach in the NBA by a wide margin. There's only 30 of the motherfuckers. He's only arguably the worst coach by a landslide. So I think that had something to do with it.
Follw, what up, man? We talking about Trey Murphy. Before we get any further into the show, just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on what you saw from Trey that was different. That was different from
what up, Rachel?
The previous 3 games. Oh, Rachel back? Man, what's it? Wow.
She must have known I was gonna be here today.
Yeah, talk that talk, man. Oh, my bad, Follw. I forgot the question. Rachel got excited. What did you see from Trey against the Spurs that differentiated from the prior games?
I just think he finally feel like he probably got his legs under him, right? Also, he was able to get some easy buckets early. And for a shooter, bro, just getting easy baskets help. Also, he took his braids out, bro, and he at this point, like, I don't give a fuck.
I like that. Yeah.
Man, sometimes it be like that. You gotta let your hair down. In this case, up. And bro, just pull it. Like, he don't care. Air ball or not. He don't care. Like, we gonna get it popping. And I'm glad he's taking this approach. Also playing alongside somebody like Derik Queen helps because you can get some easy buckets with some cut hard, and somebody's gonna be willing to pass you the rock.
Talk about that too.
It all makes sense, man. Again, this isn't I don't want to give people credit for just being a part of it. Again, the team lost, but I don't want people to think like, oh, this is some ingenuity by the coaching staff, or i.e. Willie Green, that has propelled Trey to get out of this slump.
Nope.
No, this is really just on the players, just playing, figuring it out. There might be some, player development coaches, some assistant coaches that might have influenced some of this. Yeah. But as far as like the top guy, hell no.
So before we move on, let me ask you this, Follw, right back to you as far as how does Trey's performance help the team morale after such a abysmal start?
You think it's just Trey, or
tell me, because Chaz was talking about John Morant in the same. Hold on, before we get to that, Kevin O'Connor, I need you to name the 39 players better than John Morant. I'm tired of seeing you tweet that shit. I need you to name the 39 players in the NBA better than John Morant. If he a top 40, I need to know who 30. Anyways, go ahead, Follw.
Eventually, we got to stop taking.
Nerds ruining basketball, man. They ruin it.
Like, just pull the plug, bro. Back away from the Excel sheets. Just watch the game. But man, like, it's. Wait, before I do this, say your question again, because you kind of went left.
My fault. I was talking about how does Trey's performance help the team morale, like, going forward? Like, is this a catalyst for? Yeah,
I think this performance helps, but I think it's more so like this was almost like a bucking of the system. Like, no, we're gonna play how we want to play. We're gonna move the rock around and do what we need to do to get buckets. Especially in the second half, bro. Like, Trey transition 3, like Jose helps with that as well, being able to push the ball a lot. It just felt like, yeah, they're gonna try to win it the way they feel like they can, rather than be influenced. Because even the third quarter felt different, to be honest. Because usually, like, is let down central with them, but it really wasn't. Like this was one of those games where I hate moral victories, but I can kind of take one from this one. Like just the way the ball was moving and hopping, like you almost had a chance to win this one. You could have stole this one in San Antonio.
That is my biggest fear. And I think that's one of the issues most with this team. That's one of the things, again, that scares me about Trey. I think he has the opportunity to be a very, very good player, but I'm always concerned that this team does take that as a moral victory. Man, look at that. We hung close. Look, we played pretty well. Look, Trey had 4, like these things that my biggest fear of Trey is that he's a very good player on a bad team guy and not a very good player on a winning team guy. But it's not that's not his fault necessarily to this point because he hasn't been on a good team. At the same time, he hasn't uplifted, we keep wanting to talk about Trey as this all-star and all this stuff. And look, he's got incredible individual talents. And I think he can play like this more consistently. But I got to see it when the other really good players are on the court. Like, I got to see it with Poole. I need you to do all of the things that Jared just said he did. I need you to do that when the other good players are on the court, not just whenever you're playing with what basically amounts to rookies and second unit guys. Because this is what I saw a lot last year from Trey. Played incredible. Like, he had just these incredible moments in losses with second unit players. And again, not his fault necessarily all the time for the losses, but at some point I need to see it with everyone. And it's got to translate to wins. And that's a big ask on what I deem to be a bad roster with an even worse coach. But that's just where it is. That's where he is in his progression. Like, it was awesome. He played great, but I need to see it in 2 weeks or whenever everybody's back. That's when I need to see this. That's when I need to see the no, fuck you, I'm shooting it. No, it's a transition 3 and I'm 4 steps behind the line, but I'm kind of hot. I'm shooting it. No, I've got Wemby going like off balance, going away from the goal. No, I'm going to step back and just take the 12-footer because that's the easy shot. That's the easy play. Something happens and I catch the ball at the elbow. No, I'm not looking to do all this other shit. No, I'm just going to turn and shoot the 12-footer because I'm that good and I don't need to do anything else here. The simple play is for me to turn and take the wide open 12-footer. I need to see that when everybody's on the court so that we can take this from a really cool, impressive player to all of those things plus wins.
Leader, you had something?
No, go ahead.
I agree with you, Ross. I just think as far as the rotation's been so abysmal that it's hard to really, like, it's just so difficult, man, because like if I go back to the first game, it's like, all right, this is kind of what the hell? Like, this is a little weird. We're doing point herb. It's a little strange. Like, I don't know what's happening here. Second game against San Antonio, kind of finds his shots. You know what I'm saying? Defense is abysmal, but it's finding his offense more so. Third game against the Spurs, and as far as guys caring about or just being satisfied with, being, we almost had him. Again, man, I got it on decent authority that that's not the case right now. I think after game 2, I really think in that building shit really went to hell after game 2. Like, this, just from what I was told, that's when, because DeAndre Jordan started getting run soon after that. Went to the bench after that. Like, it happened in game 3, but that's when Zion had the foot thing. And that's when it just all, that's when everything just got weird, like even weirder than usual, right? But I think, man, when I look at these rotations, I'm talking about when you try it now, Jeremiah Fairs, there's no disrespect, but he's a rookie. Jeremiah Fairs, Looney, because he's been sick. Jeremiah Fairs, Looney, Herb, and you Trey really the only shooter out there. And it was like, well, fuck. And it seems like just from a offensive standpoint, it's not really being made a priority in the offense now. Because, we've heard Willie Green say he got to find his shots in the flow of the offense. And then you pan, fast forward years later, Willie Green working with Herb and
bro, what the fuck?
I don't know what they were working on. They were working on some type of offensive scheme after practice with Herb, right? And it's just like, the relationship is soured to the point where it's just like, you got to get this guy out of here because, allegedly, I almost feel like Willie Green is doing this from almost as a saboteur.
A sleeper cell.
Yeah, because it's just so nonsensical. Like to the point where so you got Zion Williamson on your team, you got Trey Murphy, you take a Jordan Poole who at least takes fucking threes out of the starting lineup. And shout out to Jeremiah Fields again, he's a rookie. It is what it is. Jeremiah Fields is a little trigger happy. Like, as a young guy, he's a little trigger happy as a young guy, Jeremiah Fields. It is what it is. But it's just none of the better players are getting the shot opportunities that they should get, and a damn show not getting the actions and looks that they should get neither. And I just think it's really Willie Green.
True. Hey, my bad, Follw. You want to say something?
I think Chaz is spot on, dog. Like the guard makes all the decisions when you don't have an offense that tells you where the ball goes. So I get to dribble the ball for 10 seconds, probably get to 15 seconds into the shot clock. Yeah. Now the ball's in my hands. I get to pull. Trey, although he had he's not great at beating guys off the dribble one-on-one. He's not great at it. So you pass him the rock, he doesn't beat his man. What is he going to do?
Right.
Probably pass you the rock back.
Yep.
Pass it to Will, and I become Will. This shit, that's the shit that really pisses me off because I really can't blame Fears. You can't. Yeah. You put me in the starting line.
Oh, yeah. It's not his fault whatsoever.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta blame the coach. Oh, like right. Trey not getting enough. The fact that you was even saying the coach was saying that he had to find minutes for Derik Queen, like that should have been a fireable offense. We're not talking about the real here. Like
he got a two first pick grade on, and you can't find minutes for this motherfucker.
You can find minutes. I promise you, Derik Queen is not having an out-of-body experience right now.
Right.
He's probably been doing this in training camp.
Yep.
Probably took him, not training camp because he didn't have that. Probably took him a minute to get his legs under him, right? His skill back. But there's been flashes of this. There's no way you pick up DeAndre Jordan and say, yeah, I'm going to start him.
Oh, there's a way.
But it's even like, because even further than that, because this is one of the conversations I wanted to have on this show is like, you're 2-6 or whatever the hell they are. Derik Queen has clearly shown enough. Why are we starting Sadiq Bey and Herb Jones?
Oh, we gonna hold on, brother. Wait a second. Wait.
Ross, really want to go there, Ross?
Yeah, that boy, Ross.
You really want to go there?
Hey, you good at your job, Ross. You good at your job, buddy. Hold that thought, dude. Hold that thought. Wait. Let me get this last point off about trading. We going to the rookies. So to Chaz's point, I will say I've seen Trey concede at certain points this season to Fears and Queen or anybody else who's on the floor. We're gonna talk about them in a second. I want Trey. This is my last point about this. I want Trey to have irrational confidence, the same type of rational confidence that Klay Thompson had in 2018. Mm-hmm. In 2018, Klay Thompson took 599 threes. 599 of them son of a bitches. And he made 241. So I'm not saying Trey gonna make 241, but I need Trey to have that type of volume because he's that good of a shooter. Go ahead, Follw, you want to say something?
Yeah, I would love to see that. But also Trey was in an offense. I mean, Klay was in an offense.
Yeah.
One said they were going to shoot 43s and did it. Mm-hmm. Also, he's playing alongside top 10.
He had the right player shooting the threes also, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the ball movement was there, the screening was there, the things that they were.
I mean, Klay was cool.
Bro, there's so many things that Klay benefited from in Golden State more than anybody, in my opinion. But we got to get at least the first step. You got to get at least some kind of offensive style here. We can even ask Trey to get to at least 400 threes. Nevertheless, 500.
Can you imagine? Shout out to Sean Livingston, the midi guy. Can you imagine Sean Livingston saying, "Fuck out of here, Klay"? I'm on tonight. And just shooting three. You're like, yo, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Like, I don't know. Go ahead, lead on.
Nah, man. Yo, so before we moving on to the next segment, and I'm just so good at my job that we just gonna do it like this, man. We talking about we talking about fears and Queen, and I seen this graphic out there. Shout out to Justin, man. The Rookie of the Year odds right now is at 42% for my man Cooper Flag to win, who, by the way, is not a generational talent. So I need y'all to stop with that. But I'm starting to see some numbers on the rise. Fears is not up here for whatever reason, but Queen is at 69%. Now that brings us to this. Right now, FanDuel has Jeremiah Fears as a plus 7,500 to win Rookie of the Year. Queen is a plus 10,000. I'm not saying that I'm Ty Lue, but if I'm organizing this, Chauncey Billups will take one of them bets. I'm just saying Damon will take one of them bets. That's all I'm saying. But listen, y'all, Pels look like they got two foundational pieces in the future. It's a lot we can say about Queen and Fears, but I want to hear from y'all's perspective. Let's start with Ross, man. What have you seen from them that you have liked, and how do you feel about the picks? Do you feel excitement about the picks? You feel like they have a foundational piece, or you just like, I don't know.
Look, I'm excited. I'm not foundational makes it. I got to see it. I probably got to see more. Just over like the course of a season, or I needed this to translate to some wins or something. I do think they got exciting players, which is more than you can typically say about rookies, 8 games into a year. Fear seems to be improving quicker than I thought he would.
Yeah, same.
Like it seems like in these last handful of games, it's slowed down for him. First few games, it was very rushed. It was over dribbling. That game against San Antonio, I saw him doing stuff in the pick and roll. I saw him. It just seemed like the game had slowed down. It wasn't just get to the basket as fast as humanly possible. There was some nuance to it. He was finding passes as he was playing downhill. His turnovers have gone down like since those first few games. I'm seeing more there, and he's just electric. I mean, there are times when we can get stops. Like he's legitimately electric, I think, in the open floor. That's exciting. Derik Queen's got shit to his game.
Talk about it.
Like there's stuff there. Like the dude can pass. He's got lights out court vision. There are things to improve. I think foot speed needs improvement. Just overall condition, some of those things. But like, he's an offensive weapon. And it's time to just go ahead. I mean, at this point, you're 2-7 or whatever the hell the record is. I need to see more of him on the court because what else do I have to look forward to? Like Looney, I think it was Chris used to always make fun of what it looked like when Trey Jemison was running down the court, that it was like the court would shake. Hey, Looney ain't far behind. He's wearing the same shoes.
Yeah.
I just don't need to see a lot of that. And I'm not saying that those guys have no value. I'm just saying that given the position that the Pelicans are in, I need to see more of Derik Queen and him being given more responsibility and being put in more situations that will lead to future progression than I do of Saddiq Bey and some of these other plays. Saddiq Bey's playing well. He's shooting the ball well. Herb Jones, to his credit, who I'm very critical of early in the year, in the first few games, his shooting the ball well. Like that's great. But those guys are role players. And they may or may not be on the roster in a few years. You've seen enough in these first 2 games that, especially while Zion and Poole are out, we need a big diet of Queen and Fears.
5. Hold on, wait. 5. Before we do that, hold up. Before I get to you, man, let me address this real fast. Sean, brother, let me help you with that. You can get the fuck out of here.
Damn, I missed the comment.
It's all good, Ross. It was just a bitch ass boy. 5, you had a tweet the other night, bro.
See ya.
You said
salute.
You said you gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this. You said Heem, Cross, half spent, fade, 1 leg, cash. Talk to us.
Hey, bro. You know what's crazy? That's straight off the bench.
Brother didn't even get warm. He said, nah. Oh, mismatch on the wing. Harrison Barnes, brother, you too small. This man won a championship. No, he didn't. Wait.
Yeah, he got one.
He did.
Got one. Oh, he
won the first one. Yeah.
And then he shit the bed the second time.
Yeah, in a major way. Yeah.
Woo, that was crazy. Johnson might have had something to do with that one too.
Man.
Listen, DQ on the wing, cross him, right? Half spin, fade. Like, hey, bro, off the bench with that? That's nuts, dog. Hey, bro, HB ain't know where he was at. He might have thought he was at HEB.
He thought he was at Golden State again.
Hey, he might have been searching for groceries. It was a blur. But and to see that like off the rip, you're like, okay, the confidence is there. Like coming off the bench, one, you don't know what your coach might think. Like it was one point you was probably about to get DMPs, and now you're about to play major minutes. Like, nah, he knows he belongs now, and he knows he's good. Not only did he do that to Harrison Barnes, Wimby, you can catch this too. Pause. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was an all you can eat buffet.
Yeah.
If you wanted some, pause, you can get to it. But I think his game, although Ross talked about fears being electric, I think Quinn has electricity too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in a super slow way, or methodical way. That's why I named him the Big Easy, bro. That's why I called him that. Like it reminds me of here because it's slow, it's joyous, it's unconventional, but it's something to it. It's special. And we don't know it's special, like how special it is, but you know it when you see it.
I don't even want to say this shit. There's almost something from like a tempo and a play style perspective. Some prospect just said it. That reminds me of Jokic. Yeah. Like, and I'm not that. Don't take that out of context, but like from just a play style and sort of the way he passes and how methodical he is with movements, but he's getting to his spots. There's these, maybe a better example might be Şengün, but like there's this. There's something. There's just something.
Hey, Ross,
there. And
Ross, you don't have to do that. No, you don't have to. You don't have to do. We know what you're saying. And listen, in that video breakdown, it was evident. It was clear as day, bro. You don't like it. His game is. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I told Ross, because I want you to get back to your point. If that man was not black and from Baltimore, and he had a at the end of his name, he the first pick of the draft, bro. He the first pick of the draft. Like, go ahead, Ross.
Oh, how? Yeah, a what?
Yeah, no.
I'm the question. I guess where I'm going with that whole thing is it. He doesn't look like. I didn't think he'd be able to play center. It just when he was coming into the league, like watching college film and stuff, but he doesn't get like overmatched physically. Like he's big, like he's not getting pushed around. Yeah. And his offensive game is so clever and sophisticated that like you've got to play him at center. He also looks like he might get taller. Like he's something. He looks like he's taller from the summer. The wingspan. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's done growing or something. Like he looks bigger now than he did in the summer. Pause. And I'm just ready to see him play center. Like I don't, what do you have to lose? Like what is like this is we talk about this so much. Play to your advantages. He is an advantage. Like Looney, DeAndre Jordan.
Man,
go ahead, Chad.
I think. Oh, damn, Ross froze. I think Queen defensively is a 4. No, well, I think he's a 5 defensively and a 4 offensively. What I mean by that is I think he can really only go at the post right now because, man, him and her must curse Queen out like 7 times last game. Like Queen pretty bad defensively. Like now in the post, I think he's nice. Like because he got the strength to do it. he kind of keep Wemby at bay as much as anyone else really can. And for me, I agree with Ross. I think you should switch to a 2 big lineup, because even if I don't take much away from these 3 games. I'm just happy to see like Queen play, but I take more away from his first matchup with Wemby than I do with these, because these teams second night back to back against really bad teams. Like, you still got killed on the boards in Charlotte, and you still kind of got killed against Dallas, and last night was kind of in too. But I give you a pass because it was Victor Wembanyama. But I'll say I think at this stage, if you could get more of a high energy guy to pair with him at the 4 or 5, I think it could work, because truthfully, to me, that's really the issue. If you're the Pelicans, you're not playing no defense anyway. That's the issue, bro. Like, you referenced Herb earlier, and somebody in the chat said something. I think it was Ramon Richardson. It's like, somebody said something about Herb shooting percentage, because bro, he's shooting 40+%. Shout out to Ramon Richardson. He's shooting 45%, and no one cares. Like, no one cares, bro. No one's guarding him. No one cares. No, like, really, no one cares. He's shooting 5% from the field, and like 5% from the arc, and about 43% from the field. No one cares. In fact, people want him to shoot more. That's why they're leaving him wide open, bro. Whereas at least with Saddiq Bey shooting 41%, and at least people care. Like, they care enough to contest. Yeah. Whereas, like, if you're the Pelicans, it ain't like Herb playing no defense right now. It ain't like where the defense coming from. You might as well put 2 bigs out there, Queen being one of them. Take Jeremiah Fairs out of the starting lineup. Put Poole back in. So at least you got shooting with Poole. You got shooting with Trey, who's averaging career high in rebounding. Also, you still get downhill with Zion, and you got like Queen, and maybe another big can help you on the boards, because you still just getting destroyed on the boards. And to me, if they doing a disservice, because I agree with Ross, I don't necessarily need to see Looney no more. But the crazy thing, Carlo just had a really good game, and I ain't seen him since.
Chaz, he played 25 minutes, and then he played, I think, he played 25 minutes that game, and then he played 17 the next game.
Like, that's the crazy thing, bro. It's like, you got the ability to run some 2 big lineups out there. Just go ahead and run the 2 big lineups out there, kill teams on the board, get out in transition, run, shoot. And I think Poole and Fears going to keep killing second units like they was doing, especially Fears, early in the season. Because I kind of see Fears hitting that wall a little bit, where like he's still trying hard, but the efficiency is just starting to drop more and more and more. And he's a rookie. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just unfair to them guys, to me.
Chaz, I guess I want to ask you a question. I think you kind of answered it already, but you talked about Queen being bad defensively. And then you talked about, Herb giving him a hard time during the last game and how the team isn't playing any defense. So I guess my question is, even understanding that Queen sucks defensively, should you care? Like, should we care?
No, yeah, I mean, my thing is, he has his strengths to where, like, he just can't be abysmal defensively. Like, last night he was pretty bad, but he wasn't like abysmal. And I think he still can defend the post. He can give you some level of rim defense. He got a nice wingspan, and the effort is going to be there. He can help you on the boards. He's not like lazy. He just don't know what to do necessarily. And you're not going to learn with the Pelicans, brother. I'm sorry, but not with Willie Green.
Yeah. I mean, a good example. Oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I was going to say, because we talked about that Celtics game earlier.
Yeah.
And I watched almost the whole game, and Orlando, because of the lineups and the way things worked out, they put Paolo on Pritchard for huge chunks of the game.
Right.
And Pritchard took a bunch of shots, didn't make any of them. Like, didn't mean he wasn't affecting the game in other ways.
Right.
But the point is like, it's not like, all right, yeah, cool. That's not the best matchup on earth. Like, Paolo can't really guard Pritchard, but like, who cares? Like, go ahead. If you like, do the best you can, switch when you can. And that's what it's like. Orlando was going to play to their strengths in that game, which was have all these dudes out there that can play offense. I mean, they end up losing the game, but the point is like, try to play to your strengths. And if that leads to wins, awesome. If not, then you probably need to reconstruct the roster anyway.
Right.
So just see what you have and let this dude learn on the fly defensively, because ain't nobody getting any stops regardless.
Man, I feel like I guess we could just get into the whole rotation conversation because I'm with y'all. Like, what you already started Fears, right? So like, why not? Your future is right now with Derik Queen and Fears. You don't have a pick, right? Why not let them just continue to develop? I mean, I don't know what you expect to get out of this season at this point, but like, why not just go all in on them? Like, what is the reasoning that he's not? Go ahead, Chaz.
If I can answer that, Lito, I think because it is very early in the season and you're kind of like, you're really some goofy ass shit away from being like 4 and 5. Like that, and to me, that's the more annoying thing is that a timeout here, a made free throw here, a simple rotation. Like you really, even in like some of the games, before you let go of the rope, you were competitive in most of these games, except for maybe not Denver, but the other games you were pretty competitive until ultimately you let go of the rope. Your better players, with the exception of Poole early on, have played relatively well. And Trey he found his groove later on, but your better players have played relatively well. You should have fallen into wins and thinking about, okay, damn, if we fix this here, fix this there, we'll be even better. Like Clippers just lost 4 in a row after a hot start. Like, the West is real choppy and weird right now. It's not as good as people anticipated, like at least not to start, because Jalen Green for the Suns, just grand opening, grand closing. With another hamstring out, another 4 to 6 weeks. I hope he's okay. But I just think from a rotation standpoint, the Fears thing, the fact that I know it was political, that's what makes me like, nah, you can't. I'm not buying stock and you start no motherfucking Jeremiah Fears the rest of the year just because you got a problem with Jordan Poole. Because the initial decision wasn't even Fears. I could have respected it if you was like, all right, I'm gonna start Fizz. I'm just not seeing what I need to see from you, JP, after 3 games. I'm just not seeing what I need to see from you, champion. But when you started DeAndre Jordan for 1 game and never played him again after that, what up, Trey? I know what's happening here. Like with Eve Messi and DeAndre Jordan, and even Herb to a lesser degree, I know what's happening here. So I that's why, to me, I can't just rip the Band-Aid off the season, because even when I look at this, I don't really see necessarily a talent void with this team. Fears a lot more ready than I thought he would be. Mm-hmm. Queen, I thought Queen would be a little more ahead of the curve versus Fears, but he didn't really have a camp. He just getting back, didn't have the summer league necessarily. So for me, I still believe in the talent of this team, and the fact that you losing these games by 2 points here, 2 points there. Sans a couple of games where you just got your fucking teeth kicked in. And some of that's political, dating to what's going on behind the scenes. To me, the entire evaluation just go back to, if you fire Willie Green, this would be a much better team. Like, I don't see a big void of talent like I thought that we would see. Like, I feel like the record is false, in my opinion.
I feel like, Follw, let me ask you this. Chad said something about, they should be 4, what you said, 4 and 5?
To me, at least 4 and 5 at minimum.
So if I said, Follw, if I said this team would have 5 wins right now if there was a different coach, you say what? I
say you're lying. This team probably had 6 or 7 wins if they had a different coach. Truth be told, like, again, we've been talking about this for a minute. Like, we didn't need a bunch of games to figure out that Derik Queen could play NBA basketball. We didn't need a bunch of games to figure out that Jeremiah Fears is a really good guard. Like, we didn't. Also, you don't go out and get a Jordan Poole and 3 games in, revert back to, we're going to put him on a. Washington didn't even do that. They had a whole bunch of data that they didn't even do that. Mm-hmm. So, like, to be playing these political games, not even 10 games into the season, like, what does that actually tell you? It really begs the question, like, what's going on in that building?
Right.
What are the real stories that are going on? Like, that's what people need to be asking, because we're not getting the answers. No one's doubling down on, okay, yeah, Zion's hurt, cool. Like, Jordan Poole's out, okay. Yves Missi too. Like, you go out and get DeAndre Jordan and you start, like, this dude wasn't playing NBA basketball, and he started the
Against
next
Jokic.
game against the best player in the league
because of familiarity.
You know
Like-
what?
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
I'm sorry, Fob. Lito, I think it was because of whole shit.
Okay.
And the reason I say it because of whole shit is because, when I was doing the live show, people was like, well, he got a ring with them. Maybe they want to show him some love. Okay, cool. Foul Jokic, come sit your ass down. Real starter, get in the game. But he built his legacy with the Clippers. He didn't even play.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? And Willie Green was there with the Clippers, and they all got the ties back to the Clippers. That's what I'm saying. You might want to look into that, Cash. But I'm saying everybody got ties back to the Clippers, and Ty Lue them. I just think it's like, to me, I thought it was some whole shit to kind of like make a point to Poole. Like, I'm dropping my nuts. I'm running shit here. You know what I'm saying? And like Poole staring them down after the shots. I'd rather them just curse them out in front of everybody, but it is a bigger story, right? But then it's probably getting picked up. If it was for a bigger team, it would probably grow legs. But the fact that it's like, dog, at least 3 of your starters have an issue with you at minimum. No, 4. I'm gonna say 4 because at least 4 of your starters have a mission with you, and 3 of them not playing, have a problem with you, and 3 of them not playing right now, and they're not playing under mysterious circumstances. So it's just like, it's this guy. Like, it's just so, he just being a hoe about everything, though. Like, and I can't believe they're allowing him to do this.
Yeah, it don't seem like much leadership going on, even from Uncle Joe. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all this, man. I guess I'll start with Ross. What does a perfect rotation for this team look like, though?
That's a good question.
Healthy, or like right now?
Can you give me both lineups?
Look, for me, I know people aren't gonna like this. I don't know that I think I probably start Fears over Poole. I've said from the jump, I think Poole is better. He's not gonna like it, which is maybe the bigger issue. But I kind of think Poole is better either as a secondary ball handler in the first unit, or is like a 6-man that plays 30 minutes or something. I would personally look into starting both of them for periods of time.
That's what I was going to ask you too.
Fears and Poole. I think there needs to be more tinkering done. I know that just running out like a generic Poole, Herb, Trey, Zion, Looney lineup is just so irresponsible and boring that it shouldn't happen anymore. Like you've got to find a style of basketball that works for the players you have, which in my opinion is playing up tempo. I'm not saying ignore defense, but play up tempo, get up and down the court, get shots off, and do the best you can defensively. I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous, but I really think that's how this team has to play. I'd probably leave Herb in the starting lineup, I guess, but I would think I would play Zion and Queen. So I would probably have something like either Fears or Poole, maybe both, depending on who you're playing, and then Herb, Trey, Zion, Queen.
If Father Chad, if y'all want to answer, that's cool.
And then I think what
I'm sorry.
And I think what that lineup will actually do is give you a little more firepower off the bench too, because Jose wants to play that style of basketball. Jordan Poole wants to play that style of basketball. Sadiq Bey can support that style of basketball. So I think, and so does Missi. Missi wants to get up and down the court. So I think when you're fully healthy, if you'll commit to a starting lineup that actually wants to run, wants to play up tempo, wants to pick up a little bit higher defensively, it'll allow you to utilize some of those bench players that I think also probably are best served doing the same thing. That's what I would want to see.
The only change I'd make, I'd probably have Herb coming off the bench and starting Sadiq Bey, because the space you need, like having Trey as the lone shooter, is you take away from Trey by doing that. He'd be so dependent on being behind the 3-point line, almost 30 foot behind, like shooting 30 footers again. Like we'd be back at that point rather than having two spacers, and then he'd be allowed to cut and try to get downhill. Like I think that's important. Also, it would allow Herb to go against second unit guys. It would free up JP. Would like there's a lot of positives to that. Also, like having Carlo. How do you? Matter of fact, I wanted we'll talk about this probably. The Misi versus Carlo in a sense. Like, what do y'all feel about those two? Like, say if they were both healthy. Like, I truly think the move is Carlo. To be honest, like I truly think the move is Carlo. There's just more there, and when you have Derik Queen, I don't see the need for Misi.
What do I'm glad you said that, because it was one of the questions I had. Like, are y'all making anything of Carlo just like not shooting the ball this season? Like, if him, I don't. Is he attempted a three yet?
Attempted one.
I think he made. I remember him making one. I don't know how many shots.
Was it like a corner three? No, I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
If he made one, then I probably seen him take 2 total on the season.
Y'all keep talking. I found out.
Yeah,
honestly,
because go ahead, Chaz. Because it's just something that was weird to me. Like, it was one of the things I thought was like a potentially huge benefit of like, hey, if he can get up and down the floor, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of attribute that to old Bill as well, because
I agree.
Like the guy, what's this guy? And I don't even know dude name, man, in Memphis. But when I just say these teams are mirrors of one another, like listen to Ja talk, he like, well, when I do find a rhythm, they pull me out the game. Ain't no space on the court, and like it's just similar things. Like, but I think from a rotation standpoint, the main reason I wouldn't start Fairs is because I think Fairs causes everyone else to lag a little bit. And what I mean by that is I think Fairs and Herb have a similar effect from that. To whereas I feel like them two always get the first shot, and sometimes they get the first couple shots, and sometimes they're not passing the ball at all. And I'm just like, no, I need these three dudes, Poole, Trey, or Zion, to be taking the first couple of shots. I need them to start the game rolling. Fizz, if you want to come and be the spark of the bench, which I know you can do, I love it. But I don't want, I just can't. Like, to me, that's what happened with the Clippers game, to where we looking at fucking, I just like dealing with who these guys are, bro. Like, I would love for like Zion to have Giles mentality in some instances. I would love for Trey to have like the Indiana Paul George mentality, but I just know that's not their temperament. Like, I just go back to that Clippers game. Zion's 2 for 3 from the field with no rebounds. Second half, I think he ended the game with like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, maybe like 25 or 27 and like 8 or 9 rebounds, some shit like that. Because he stopped taking shots. I just know these dudes need to take shots to feel a part of the game and be engaged. And when they go in the first 3 minutes without shots, Zion getting subbed out at the 5 minutes anyway. So like, why not get him the shots early in the game? But my rotation would be Poole, Zion, Trey, Queen, and Carlo. And I would just run 2 big lineups out there, bro. I wouldn't worry about defense because they ain't like defense working right now anyway. I would try to be a beast on the boards. You got 3 ball handlers out there in Queen. That's one of the greatest things about Queen's skill set. He can operate at the top of the key. You know what I'm saying? He can bring the ball up the court.
Pass on the
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got Zion, who's a willing passer. Trey, a willing passer. Sometimes a little too willing. I know Queen can pass the ball. I know Queen can shoot. He can handle the ball. He knows how to get to the free throw line. Only concern I have with Queen, and I kind of have this concern with Herb too, is that you pick up fouls very easily. Like, they kind of like some foul machines. And that's something, if I'm a defender, I'm attacking Queen every time. Like, I got to get you off the court, brother. But but honestly, I would run 2 big lineups, man. I think all those guys fit. Like you say, Ross, I think it'll give Carlo more opportunities from that corner. Queen, the passing to Carlo, passing to Zion, passing to Trey. I just think it makes a ton of sense, especially if you don't want, let's say if you're a person who say point Zion is too much stress physically on Zion's body. Okay, cool, whatever. We haven't seen point Zion yet this season, but let's just say you're a person who feels that way. Cool. Let's say you don't think Derik Queen should be running the point. Cool. Now you got 3 ball handlers in Queen, Zion, and Poole who can all operate at different instances. If either one of those guys get hot, it's lights out for the opposing defense. You got Carlo, who's a high energy guy. You got rebounding. You got shooting from Trey, rebounding at, I think, the best of his career at this point. It just makes too much sense. That's probably why we'll never see it. But it makes too much sense to me.
Let me Follw, you gave your lineup?
Yeah, I gave my lineup, but I also Chad brought up something that was interesting. Remember when JJ Redick was playing for the Clippers and like he led the league in like first quarter points?
Mm-hmm.
Like I would hope like the Pelicans would do that with Trey or i.e. Zion. Right? Like figure out a way to like get them shots early. If you can get them easy buckets early, that opens up a level of like a part of your game that like, or even your offense. If you're a coach, like the defense has to adjust to that, then would make the other thing that you do well easier. So that was just like you brought up like the Clippers and then Trey. I was like, oh, well, that would make a lot of sense for this team. But yeah,
what Follw say just pissed me off so much because I agree with him totally. Just think about the first Spurs game. First play of the game, motherfucker Yam on Wemby. Wemby getting like 40 points. Wemby acting a fool, right? You don't go on Wemby. Nobody's scared of Wemby. That sets the precedent. All right, we ain't scared of this motherfucker. Now Derik Queen coming to the game. He locking Wemby up the best. He defending the fuck out of Wemby, right? Balling. Everybody balling. The point of, I would say, just the precedent has been set. I think the only player who didn't really play well those games were Poole and Herb. Herb scored 0 points, and Poole just shot terribly. But even Trey offensively was there. Defensively, he was terrible. But you just set the precedent. Even if you failed like that every single night, I would be like, all right, at least I see what you're kind of doing here. The talent just ain't there. But I see what you're doing. With this, it just looks stupid. Like, it just looks stupid.
I was going to say, but before we move on, Ross, I want to hear what you got to say. Carlo, ESPN is telling me Carlo shot 1 3 this season and has not made a 3. I feel like that's a damn lie, bro. Because
right wing. It was from the right wing.
I thought he made a 3. I know I saw him make a 3. But anyway, go ahead.
Was on the line.
No, I don't really have anything else to add. I just was kind of piggybacking off what the Chaz and Fives conversation there. I agree. But whatever it is, it just feels like Willie is not equipped to do any of these things. It's just such a piss off, and it's so frustrating because we all said the same thing basically from the jump. If this team has any chance of winning games, it's going to be with a little bit of creativity like this, because the pieces you have are not traditional, and all Willie wants to do is just try and run. I mean, that's why you saw the DeAndre Jordan shit. That's why you're seeing the Looney stuff. That's why you're seeing all the lineups that don't really make a ton of sense, is because there's just not very much creativity, and it can be infuriating.
Can I ask y'all something?
For sure.
Do y'all feel like, because I've been on my soapbox about this since the DeAndre Jordan's start. But do y'all feel like Jordan Poole's benching and, just the rotations in general are politically driven?
Absolutely.
No doubt.
What do you mean?
Like this hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, let's say after game 2, Zion, after game 2, Jordan Poole just like, don't quote me here. He was like, man, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Right. And Willie was like, all right, I'll show you. I can't bench you against the Celtics because Zion just popped up and said, my foot don't feel right. You're like, so I can't bench you now, but from here on out, you're gonna be benched. And do you think Willie Green is petty enough to bench Jordan Poole because they had a verbal incident?
Oh, I think he's definitely petty enough to do it. The fact that
3 games, Ross, 3 games is not a lot. It is not a lot of games.
like this is a tough one for me because like the answer to your question is unequivocally yes, he's petty enough. We've seen him do all kind of dumb petty shit. At the same time, like, man, it ain't like Poole was lighting the world on fire. You know, like that's part of this thing that I'm struggling with when it comes to Poole, because kind of the same as the CJ stuff. I feel like he was put into a bad situation of like almost not a savior, but like I feel like the expectations for Poole were way out of line. Like did not in any way match what Jordan Poole has been or done in his career. Not saying he's a bad player because he isn't. But it felt like he came in and was like, yeah, now we got our guard, like type of thing. Like,
well, just to provide, I'm sorry, Rob, you go ahead. I'll go after you.
Appreciate that, Chase.
Good.
This is the funny thing about this, right? Jordan Poole is a champion, right? He's won an NBA champion. He's been in the league. What is his 8th year? Am I tripping?
Is it?
That feels like a lot, but yeah. So whatever. I mean, something like
somewhere
that.
in there, right?
Yeah, I think the 7 or 8 year.
He's a veteran in this point.
Yes.
Willie Green's played basketball. Like, for a guy to lose his starting spot in the 3rd game of the season, that doesn't track. Like, like Willie Green, Jordan Poole can score. Like, you've seen it. You can talk to people. What happened for Jordan Poole to lose his job? And it wasn't performance-based, because we've seen Willie Green give guys chances, especially veterans, chances, but not the guy you traded for or signed. Like, ain't this crazy?
The thing too, 5, like, see, I agree with Ross. I don't think Jordan Poole was like lighting the world on fire, but in that Boston game, he was your best player. Like, statistically across the board, he was the best Pelican anyway on the floor. I think he's the only one who had just damn. Jordan Poole had 22 points. Your next highest scorer was Derik Queen with 12 points. Right? Go ahead.
But simply could, I mean, this is one where, and again, I'm I guess playing a little bit of devil's advocate, but like, does it have anything to do with the fact that maybe Jeremiah Fears, who you just drafted really high in the draft, you lost the first 2 games, and shit, you could make an argument he was your best player in those first 2 games, and it was just well, shit, you know, because this is how Willie thinks,
right?
Real black and white, basic shit. Like, well,
now
maybe we got to change something. You know, this is the change you can make, because we know Willie Green probably don't like Jordan Poole anyway, so he was probably looking for a reason, and this gave him a reason. You know, like it might not be as like, I know we're calling it politics. It could just be you've got such a simple-minded coach with no creativity. That, like,
I think you just threw a great alley right there, because look, Jeremiah Fields my dog, and he's a rookie. Man, Jeremiah Fields had 2 points. He went 1 for 11, 4 turnovers.
That game he started.
Yeah,
terrible. The game he started is terrible. Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, what the fuck did you see? Like, if you Willie Green, like, aside from the fact I heard about the argument, but it's still just like, bro, this is so like painfully like bullshit what you doing. Because the crazy part, because to me, I still don't say he got benched for Fears. I felt like the first, because Zion was out, so you had to play Fears. But I feel like he got benched for DeAndre Jordan against the Nuggets. And now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I feel like he getting benched for Herb. I'm gonna keep it a buck, because to me, it's just no way it just ain't no logical way you still running Herb out there with that starting unit, man. It just looked crazy to me.
He gonna let Herb play through his struggles.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't let Jordan Poole do that.
Absolutely. 100%. That
Absolutely.
like, but
he gonna work with Herb after practice.
You know that's not even a surprise. Like that, we can't. There's no way you could say that and be in any way be surprised. Like,
no, not at all.
That's like the most Willie Green shit of all time.
That's the problem.
Yeah. That's why I don't want people like the fans to be like, yo, it's Jeremiah Fields. I'm like, no, it's clearly like some petty shit going on. Like, well, it's clearly like, look, man. To me, the obvious answer going into this season, I ain't know who you was gonna start in her place, but it was to start somebody else. Like either Sadiq Bey, Carlo, Queen, whoever you gonna start, but you need to do it. And the fact that it just looked crazy, it's just I don't know.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room. Then. Like, all right, after what's happened these last couple games, let's just play hypotheticals here. Let's just say in a week everybody's healthy. Who's Willie start? Who's Willie start?
I think.
What's the starting lineup?
I think it's Jeremiah Fears. Well, it depends. It depends on how much hell Jordan Poole raised behind the scenes. But I think.
All right, well, no, let's do. All right, everybody's healthy tomorrow.
Everybody healthy tomorrow.
Let's say everybody's healthy tomorrow. Who starts?
Everybody healthy tomorrow. I think you see Sadiq Bey out of the starting lineup, insert Zion, and I think
who
starts at center.
Wait, is this in play? Because you're saying everybody.
Oh no. He's too far away. I don't count him yet.
Okay.
I'm saying the group you had to start the season with Looney. Who starts?
I think Eve starts over Looney at this point. And I think that's another thing. You played Looney his first game back. Like you, boy, Willie Green is a motherfucker, boy. His first game
he really
back.
can't help himself.
Yeah, against was it Hartenstein? It just looked crazy too. I think it's probably Eve and Zion and into the lineup. And
Fears.
I think and Fears. I'm not sure what Poole said to Willie, but he definitely he said it with his whole chest. Because Willie is.
I think you lose Poole. Like I think you've lost Poole until Willie's gone. Like I believe that to be true.
This is the last I want to say too on this point, Ross. If Poole was just a 6th man, fine. He's like the 8th man, because Misi a backup big comes in, then Jose Sadiq Bey comes in. Right, and Poole just there to like this 2 minutes and first. That's why I was like, "Come on, man! Like this is crazy."
I got a hotter take. I think if Willie remains the coach throughout the season, I could see a world where Jordan Poole is not here after All-Star break.
Oh yeah, I can see him making enough of a fuss because he gotta get a new contract. I can see it being a thing.
I definitely could see that.
Not to mention, you shouldn't. Like if you're committing to if you've committed to Willie, there is no reason keeping Jordan Poole on this roster. Like
if you
no reason
just be as bad as
whatsoever.
Like even if you don't have your pick, if you commit to Willie, just be as bad as possible. Like and
that's why I keep saying like you should just be playing fear. Like as long as Willie's the coach, who cares? You're not going to be good anyway. Yeah. So just play the rookies. Like let continue to see what we had.
Well, shit. Go ahead.
I just want to add this point because I was thinking about this earlier. Derik Queen, right? Really good. How do y'all feel about the pick now? Like, I know he overpaid. We understand he overpaid. But like, do we get it? Like, do we understand? Like, we good? Like, go ahead.
My position on it, like, it was kind of prior to this recent run. It was kind of like I understand it because you might look at this roster and say, I didn't really build this, and I feel like we void of talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can see Joe looking at it and saying, man, we void of talent. This is a mistake. But damn, like I still think this is one of them things you're just not gonna know for years, though, because if Derik Queen becomes Sabonis, you feel good about it. But if you or the Pacers get like, let's say Pacers get number 5, and number 5 is DeMarcus Cousins, you gonna feel kind of played. Like it's just, I just wish he wouldn't have done it because it's unfair pressure on that young man. And if you're the Pelicans, you just in a weird spot. I just wish he wouldn't have done it.
I feel like go ahead, Ross.
No, you.
I feel like this. Do I like the price that he paid for him? No. Do I like the player that he got? Absolutely. I feel like
That's a great answer.
I feel like if you are leading it, let's say you're leading a company, right, and you have a vision, and you see the person on the market that you want, and he fits what it is that you want your company to embody, and you go get him, I can't be mad at that, because at least you had the balls to do it, right? I got the guy I want going forward. Like, it's a chance that is he going to be better than AJ next year? AJ is probably going to be the top player of the draft. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But do I think that Derik Queen is going to be? Do you have the potential to be a perennial all-star going forward? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like you really never gonna have that answer. It's gonna take 5 years, I feel like, to get the actual answer to that question.
Especially with the Pelicans thing, because the number of rookies they drafted that haven't made it to the second, like lottery rookies that haven't made it to their second contract. I don't give a fuck if you had all the conviction in the world and you just like, no, this is my guy at number 7 with the Pelicans. You just never know. Like, it's just sad. But I think both of them dudes doing great things right now, and I hope it continues.
Before we get out of here, man, let's talk about the elephant in the room. As Ross so eloquently put it, man. I don't know when Zion coming back. I don't know what the timeline is. I ain't heard nothing from the Pelicans per
usual.
Per usual. They go MIA. Is Zion's absence helping this team build an identity?
I'm gonna say no, and the reason I say no is because, man, I ain't gonna lie. When you really like, you know how when you watch the game when you're chilling at the house, you could kind of look away and come back. When you watch it live, you be like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" Like, though, when Charlotte played, I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" And you were out rebounded by like 10. It was a dog fight. You had Trey Van looking like bootleg Iverson out there, giving you buckets. Conker Nipple had like 20 and 7. No, I think you kind of got by that second game. No Lively, no AD. Just fucking Gafford's hurt. And then you go to the last play. Herb dies on the screen set by Gafford. Queens in drop coverage. Cooper flag right there, misses the floater to send the game into overtime. Nah, I think you just got the same problems, and you playing bad teams or teams on the second night of back-to-backs. Quite honestly, like I saw Darren Fox get like 3 rebounds, offensive boards in a row last night, and it's just nah.
Dude, Ross, let me ask you this: when Zion comes back, right? You see what Queen and Fears are doing. You saw what Trey did. Does Zion disrupt this, or do you, let's say you being Willie Green, because the actual Willie Green doesn't have a logical sense in his head, but you being Willie Green, Ross, do you find a way to make this work with all of them?
I think I could find a way to make it work. Willie Green won't. And the reason, to go back to your original question, no, you're not building any chemistry or changing any culture or anything right now, because we just all sat here and talked about the fact that like all them dudes could get healthy next week. And man, I don't even know how many minutes Derik Queen would play.
Mm-hmm.
I have no level of comfort that if everyone got fully healthy by Wednesday, that Derik Queen would play more than 12 or 13 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't think you're building anything as long as Willie Green's there. I don't think you can build anything. And to be honest with you, I do think Zion kind of disrupts things, because I just talked about it. Like, I hadn't seen Trey play this way. I hadn't seen this kind of ball movement with the whole group. So no, it goes back to the same thing. You never know quite what you're going to get with this team. It's just so poorly coached that you're never going to get any level of consistency. And that's kind of that. I mean, and also, who the fuck even knows when Zion's going to play anymore? I'm pretty much over that conversation at this point too.
But that's the crazy thing to me too, bro. Like, Derik Queen just was not playing after coming, he came off a good game, had one bad game. Then we just didn't see him for like 2 games.
The fucking Willie Green effect, man.
He was just getting garbage time. That's why I'm like, I'm excited for the young man. I am excited, but I'm really just trying to keep everything in perspective. In this, I don't know.
Best defender in the NBA.
I want to win. Yeah.
Best defender in the NBA, Bill Green. Man, Follw. Before we get out of here, man, I got some quick hot takes and some over-unders. We can try to get some chat questions out. We're gonna do all this in 5 minutes. But Follw, how much longer for you? You're the GM, you're the president of basketball. How much longer for you do you bank as Zion as your cornerstone?
He got about 2 years. This one, and then next year.
You give him 1 more year if this shit don't work?
Yeah. Because I can see where you fire Willie, you get another coach, you figure like, hey, this is what it is. And if it's if it's not working out, then like, hey, bro, well, we just got to figure this out. And then, you got 2 guys you spent a lot of cash on to bring over to draft, right? So now, not only are you trying to figure it out with Zion, you got to figure it out with a new coach. That's just a lot at play. So you might as well just move on from him, get something in return because you've used all your draft capital. Maybe kind of re-up on that and kind of move forward from there.
Chaz Ross.
Yo, DM me, David. I got DM me, holla at me. Man, I have it on pretty cool authority that Zion and Joe pretty locked in. Like they got a really good relationship. I would also say, not that he's faking it, not that this injury is fake. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, if Willie Green had got fired after the Denver game, I think Zion would be playing right now. I just think you see a more collective buy-in. That's why I say that. Because, man, it's hard to give a fuck. like when you're just like, who cares anymore? I'll just say that, right? I'll just say that. But for me, you gotta at least wait till you after Willie Green, and that's the fucked up part because now it's all stupid again. It's all stupid again because it had you just started fresh. Cool, like it would have been nothing. Like if you fire Willie Green at Thanksgiving and go the rest of the season, I think that's enough time to see what you got here, and then you just go into the offseason and figure it out. The shitty part too is, even if, let's say, well, appreciate you with that soft buck, big dog, big HHB, appreciate you, fam. Like, the shitty part is, even if you is going to tear it down, because now people are getting older, Herb being 27, Trey being, about 25, going to 26. Poole being about 25, 26. I do think Joe approaching this as a multi-year approach because he didn't get to pick his head coach. And also, you got to wait till the offseason trade everybody anyway, because now you're getting pennies on the dollar. So you might have just punted a whole nother season with Willie Green.
Yep. Russ, you got anything on that?
No, I pretty much agree with Chaz and 5. I think you got to give it to the end of the year.
Fucking Bill.
Bro. All right, check this out. Hot takes, real fast. Fears and Queen have already showed more chemistry in their 8 games played than Zion and Ingram have in their 5 years together. Hot take.
I'm gonna say nah.
Just a hot take. I'm just saying what Fears has made Jose Alvarado expendable. Hot take.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Jose's skill set is still cool. I like Jose as a break glass in case of emergency guy, man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say if I'm talking about my actual backup point guard, because again, Fears shouldn't be starting. So yeah.
Over under. Fears and Queen will combine 25 points per game over the next 10 games.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
Fears and Queen will both have 10 plus starts by All-Star break.
Total or individually?
Total.
Oh, if it's if it's combined,
Fears is gonna
individually.
Individually,
I can't see them
Uh,
starting Queen yet.
I can't
unless
either.
something weird happens.
because you got think about how many Willie Green favorites you got to jump to get Queen in that starting lineup.
You're gonna be disrespecting a lot of your front court. Thinking about that, not really disrespecting them, but you got Looney and Eve that you gotta be like, hey, and you're not gonna say nothing to her,
or you'd have to restructure the lineup, which he's not. Then you're talking about moving her. Yeah, it's just that's a tough one.
Yeah.
And having to do work is just crazy.
It's fucking math,
right?
No.
Last one. Willie Green. This is just a yes or no. Willie Green finishes the season as head coach.
No.
I said no last year, and look at us.
I can't say. I'm at a point where I can no longer say no. This dude's a fucking Teflon Don. Yeah.
Hey, bro, you know what the bodies are, but there is somebody out there that, man, he could help. He can help the Pelicans. He's waiting on the job. If anybody wants a coach that, I mean, people saying Derik Queen kind of looked like Joker. If you think it, Zion could be like an Aaron Gordon type. Fears Jordan Poole could kind of mimic Jamal Murray.
Gotta shoot the ball, little Follw.
Trey Murphy could be what's your boy name? Michael Porter Jr.
Oh yeah, MP.
I know a guy that could coach him to a championship.
I take anybody with a pulse at this point that had a little bit of charisma, some moxie with him. I'm just tired of Bill, bro.
I'm saying we would think Elvin Gentry was a godsend right now.
Yeah, we
would be like, oh my, he's so innovative.
Right.
He's a genius.
Oh my god, how does he do it? We think he Michael Jackson right now. He's the best.
That dude can coach.
God, he's good.
All right, man. Let's get out of here, man. A couple of these. Shout out to Dave, man. Welcome home, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
We appreciate that. Joe says, y'all think Hawk know how to fry some chicken? Churches down the street just had a spot open up.
That's tough, Joe.
Man,
tough, Joe.
How bad, though.
Oh, bro. It's tough.
How bad.
But no, I don't think he can.
I don't think he can either. Narco, the base god. What up, Narco? What that $1.99? Malone or Borrego? Whew.
Give him hell, Malone.
Gotta go.
I might take Jimmy V.
From what I was told, Malone come with quite a bit of baggage.
Yep.
I don't know what the baggage is, but
hey man, if you can,
I deal with it.
That's what I'm saying. If you win, Chaz, you've said this a lot.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you do.
I don't care what you do.
Yeah. There were some lineup questions and frustrations when Malone was in Denver. With Malone, hey, look, Jokic can make anybody look like a fucking genius.
That's true too.
The baggage plus some of that, give me Borrego.
I don't know if him and Joe make it.
Yeah,
Malone
talk big shit, but
it definitely would.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, hey,
if you get Malone, you're giving him all the keys. He ain't. I mean, this is like
Stan. It's called Stan Jr., man. It's gonna be the same Stan situation. They gonna hate that shit.
Y'all said we needed a Stan.
I think we do. No, I'm with you.
You know what I will say? I think the players on this team just don't like Willie because he's a bitch ass. I think they respect Malone mind.
Yeah.
Like I think they like Derik Queen, Fizz, because they confrontational people. Like for us chippiness and talking big shit. I think this whole team will respect a hot-headed coach's mind on the real. Someone with a hint of racism. I think they appreciate it.
Malone kind of mimics Sean Payton.
He do.
Oh yeah.
He
do.
Pedigree.
Malone likes to, he said like to drink Sean Payton did some other things.
Shout out to Sean. Allegedly.
Allegedly, but they both got chips.
Shout out to the
Oh,
Xbox
they got
kid. What they
alleged.
call Sean? The Xbox kid. You know what I say too?
I see Sean the Twat Roper one night out.
Hey, imagine Malone going over to Jordan Poole saying, "Man, I remember when we played y'all in the playoffs and you eliminated us." Like, oh, people got Jordan Poole in the playoffs fucked up. That dude was an animal that year. Like, it's just shit happens.
You want to talk about good authority? I gotta go on good authority. Borrego ain't coaching shit right now.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not a damn thing.
For sure.
We heard a little something, man. It might have been a little yelling match or something like that. You know what I'm saying? At a practice.
I heard something got canceled. I don't know. I don't know. Cancel culture is a
I don't know if we can say that. Yeah, I don't know if we can
knows?
say that, but
Who knows,
Allegedly.
man? Yeah,
allegedly. If y'all heard that, if y'all heard it, y'all ain't hear that. Shout out to I broke my back spinal. Poole is a terrible that boy nice player. It's crazy because I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh,
he made it. I told y'all. Like,
Nice.
Like, that's a terrible shot. It went in though.
Let me see, man. It's a little bit easier to get to these chats when y'all send the super chats, honestly, because they highlight them for us.
Yeah.
So if you just send in a regular, I apologize. Let's see. I wonder if you're giving up Eves, it would be easier to get Kessler. I don't think you want Kessler right now, my boy.
Now with his shoulder.
Game over.
If you want that. Joe, has anybody looked at what Borrego did in Charlotte with his centers? That would now work with Queen. Dude made Graham have his best years. That dude had Miles Plumlee averaging 7 fucking assists that year. I remember that vividly. So y'all do with that what you will.
Bruh. I just don't like Willie Green, dog. Like I just do not like Willie Green. I
missed one. I missed one from Knuckle, man. Knuckle, my bad.
Knuckle.
Mike Malone, I had them boys running play.
Yeah.
The bare minimum, bro. Look where we at.
That's why to me, that's why I'm not that concerned with the roster, because I'm like, dog, any of us could have made some of these decisions. Like, dog, in the Charlotte game, Willie Green took 2 timeouts home with him. He had 2 timeouts left when the game was over. He's unbelievably bad. That's why it's just like, any of us had this team at 500, like at minimum.
Man,
crazy.
They play tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play the
Phoenix,
Suns without JG.
We'll see y'all tomorrow night, man. Tap back in with us, like, subscribe, comment. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.